Hello and welcome to Hot at Home, Your Questions Answered. I'm Jackie and today's question is from Gary. Gary says, I live in a part of the country where it's really hard to work out at home or outdoors in anything but the spring or autumn. In the summer it's just way too hot to move around, and in winter it's too cold, especially outdoors, so I feel like I'm not getting anywhere during those seasons. Any suggestions on how to make it happen anyway? Yeah, sure, absolutely. There are things that you can do in the summer that can help you get an awesome workout. Swimming is one of them. That'll keep you cool. You're in the water, even if you go in the ocean or a lake, or even if you go indoors to a pool or outdoor pool or whatever. Swimming's great, and it'll keep you cool. You can do interval training in a pool. You just swim really hard to one end and then swim really, slowly to the other end. In the ocean or a lake, you can swim really hard to one buoy. There's usually markers out there where boats are allowed and where swimmers are allowed and that kind of thing. So swim really hard to one buoy and then really slowly to the next buoy and then really hard to the next buoy. So you can get interval training even done with swimming. So that's a really good thing for summer workouts. As well as, I just made a whole bunch of notes here, so I'm just going to glance down a lot. You can, for indoor home workouts, invest in a few fans. This is what I do because it gets kind of hot in my apartment as well. I've got several fans here in the summer, and I just turn them all on full blast and point them right at my workout space. So it's like really windy in my workout space. If you don't have an air conditioner anyway. I don't have an air conditioner, so I just turn 3 or 4 fans on and then point them all in the same direction, the direction of the middle of the room, so it's really windy where I'm working out, and just work out in like a nice strong wind. If you have a yard, you can work out in the backyard. Drag your stuff out to the backyard and turn a sprinkler on, and do your workout. But when you get hot, just run through the sprinkler, cool yourself off, come back, do some more workout, run through the sprinkler, cool yourself off. Seek shade for sure. Always seek shade. If you can find a shady place to work out right next to the sprinkler, even better. Always make sure that you hydrate. Take lots of water with you when you work out outdoors, or just a bottle of just ice cubes. Just throw a bunch of ice cubes in the bottle, or fill it up, or stick the bottle in the freezer for a couple of hours. Be careful to make sure the bottle doesn't explode, and freeze it as much as you can. Like turn it into a block of ice, and then once you get outside, if it's that hot, presumably it'll start to melt pretty quickly. So you'll just have ice water the whole time. You won't have to worry about your water turning too warm and gross. Or you can get a thermal cover for your water bottle as well. Add lots and lots and lots of ice to keep it cold for longer. Let's see. You can do stuff that makes things breezier, like going cycling. The faster you cycle, the breezier it gets for you. If you can find some nice wooded trails or something to cycle in, then you've got lots of shade and breeziness as well. So that's a great way to get some workouts done. You can go for walks in the sand at the water's edge if you have a nice beach. A sandy beach, like by an ocean or a lake, and do like power walks in the sand. The sand is unstable, so it makes your muscles work even harder, and you can go for your power walk just wearing your bathing trunks and bare feet, and when you get hot, just jump in, cool off, and come back out and do some more power walking, and when you get hot again, jump back in and cool off, and that kind of thing. So let's see, what else? Oh, and by the way, too, with the heat, as you're losing weight, I'm not really sure how much fat you've got to lose, but if you've got a lot to lose right now, know that as you get slimmer and more in shape as well, the heat won't bother you as much. Once you start to shed sort of the insulation on your body, the heat won't seem quite as bothersome as well. So keep plugging at it, and have the faith that eventually, hopefully, the summer months won't be quite so unbearable. In the winter, of course, that's what Hot at Home is for. Work out indoors. I'm assuming that indoor workouts aren't so hard for you in the winter because you can just turn the heat on if it's cold, right? Close the windows. But you can do body weight workouts at home. You can do circuit training and other kinds of indoor cardio, calisthenics and stuff like that, instead of going outdoors to do cardio. You don't have to go outdoors. You can just do a circuit of a bunch of different body weight moves, or even weighted moves, or just like basic calisthenics like jumping jacks and stuff like that, burpees and whatnot, and that'll get you, do that for 20 to 40 minutes, and that's a great cardio workout. So you don't really need to go outdoors for that. or if you absolutely want to go outdoors and like get a run in or whatever, just make sure you dress in proper technical garb, proper technical clothing. You know, the stuff that will wick your sweat away from you, so you don't start to get cold when your sweat gets cold. Proper fleeces and stuff like that to keep you warm. I mean, it gets cold here too, not like frigid cold like it can in some parts of the country, I know. But I always dress for it. Like I've got fleece on or whatever, and a cap to protect if it's raining or snowing or hailing or sleeting or whatever. A ball cap with the bill in front, not in back. I know it's cool to have it in back sometimes, but in the front and low. That will help protect your eyes from the rain coming at you. And I know I've got caught in the rain a few times without my cap on, and it really hurts to get pelted in the eyes with rain. So a cap will help. Ear muffs or a proper toque or something to put on your head to keep your ears warm, because ears sometimes you don't feel it until they're all like little blocks of ice, so it's easy to get frostbite in your ears because there's not a lot of circulation in your ears. So make sure your ears are covered, and your head as well, because you lose a lot of heat out of your head, so you can stay a lot warmer if you keep your head covered. Let's see, you can wear mittens instead of gloves when you're outdoors, because if you wear mittens your fingers are all together and they keep each other warm. It's like cuddling. If you're one person, you can be cold, but if you're cuddling with another person, you can be warm. So your fingers can cuddle in a mitten, but they can't in a glove. So if you're going to be outdoors doing something like going for a run or something, wear mittens instead of gloves. Let's see what else. Don't forget, if you're running on slippery surfaces or it's snowing out or whatever, that's great. If the snow's not slippery, that actually helps to give you a better workout, because you have to lift your feet higher to get over the snow, or you have to work through the snow, so that causes more resistance. So that can actually give you a better workout even than running not in snow. But sometimes the snow and ice can be slippery, so you can get strap-on grips for your shoes, metal grips and stuff like that will help grip the ground. They're kind of like golf cleats, kind of almost, but not really. But they strap on to the shoes that you already have. You can get some of those, and that will help keep you from slipping and sliding and stuff like that. But if you are going to work out outdoors, and you are going to get a hard workout and get lots of sweating going on, and it's possible even when it's like, well, I'm talking in Celsius terms here, 40 below, I'm saying, because that's what I know Toronto can get. I don't know, I can't convert Fahrenheit anymore. I've been Canadian for far too long now. Or Canada's been metric for far too long now, I should say. But if you are going to work out outdoors, then even with all the technical garb and safety stuff and stuff to keep you warm, once you stop moving and you're sweaty, get back indoors fast, because once your sweat turns cold and starts to stick to your skin, and you can get hypothermia pretty quickly depending on how cold it is outdoors. So you want to make sure that you get inside as quickly as possible. On the off chance that you might not be able to get inside as quickly as you'd like, carry a few of those little hot shot things that you just shake up or crunch or whatever, and just keep those in your pockets. Don't activate them unless you need them. But if you find out you're out there longer than you meant to be and you're starting to shiver, then activate them and warm up as much of you as you can with them, and get your butt back indoors ASAP. The other thing I would recommend if you're working out in the winter as well, just because of the slippery nature and the darker weather and stuff like that, is to make sure you've got your cell phone with you in some way. Just because if you do slip and fall, or it gets dark, or whatever, just for safety's sake, have a cell phone so that if something happens you can call and have someone know where you are and send help or whatever. I mean, if you're working out in the trails or something and it gets dark and then you get lost, then you're in trouble, right? So make sure you've got your cell phone with you. And that's it. So I hope that you can make those suggestions work for you to work out in the summer and the winter in your part of the world. And I hope that really helped you out. So we'll see you guys again next time. Take care.